Saturday sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday. We've got an AFC battle on tap between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
First of four berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he more than did his part, the wild card win with 3 touchdown passes. Now, he's going to get a bigger test here in round 2. But his unit is in rhythm, and they're playing as well as they have all year long. I wouldn't be surprised if this defense, though, tried to get after him early with a little extra pressure. If he can handle that, he can have another big game, though.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And his first pass is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies doing 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
2nd and 3. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has, and if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things, getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he coughed it up, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? On the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for their first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Now the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So that drive, 4 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
From the 6. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
And now here comes Kansas City. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how many often does that team that had been playing before win game one?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical. Because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken right around the 44.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
2nd and 4. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it, and he's got his man on the out route.
And the Texans are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. 2nd and 2. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2. Got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Mahomes now on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively. You could almost see him going through the coaching points. Adjust, find the football, knock it away. Well executed.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Mahomes going to throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Mahomes firing complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to throw, it's Mahomes. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now here's Mahomes. And he is going to lose yardage here. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Houston set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And now off to the races down the right side. 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, Montgomery.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's complete to Disley, the tight end.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They'll try and run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He only got 1. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now out comes Houston.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second and 3. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. 35 yards.
And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's got Anderson on the slant.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He completes it to Wilson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw is caught here by Anderson.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Being chased out left. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 Divisional Round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other Divisional Round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one. It's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter.
And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them, because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A huge play there for Houston. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
It seems like they've been running uphill all game. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From the 10.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So they get the one-score kickoff. You fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Takes it at the 7. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think, yeah.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for them here.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
KC's offense ready to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Mahomes now on first down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
Mahomes pass complete to J.J. Hockenson. 4 yards on the pickup.
From the gun, it's again to Montgomery. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Mahomes going to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Texans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early, so now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
This one fielded at the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play.
111 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Mahomes now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it's the backup Smith. And his throw is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 10. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave it with a 2nd and just a few inches left. To throw, it's Mahomes.
It completes it once more to Anderson.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Oh, good move. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes
throwing quickly to Wilson.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Mahomes now to throw. Wilson's got it complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Mahomes to throw once more. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36. Now Mahomes.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. From 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday. And it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this 4th quarter. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead, but But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.